things and then tell you guys.
Welcome to the Toy Rewind Podcast with your hosts, the Brothers Newland. Now, let's talk toys.
And hello, everybody. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
And I'm Andrew. And just before we get too heavy into this, again, Michael, John, and myself are experiencing some weather delays. And so things may jump around on this one. Hopefully, or some weather here in East Texas. So hopefully we get going. And it's going to be okay. If this
covered pretty well of Texas right now.
Well, you know, it's happening here. That's all I know about. Because just coming into that, I don't know if you guys know it. There was a delay on Michael, and then John jumped on top of Michael before. Like I don't know what it's going to sound like when I edit this. All I know is right now it sounds funny, and I want to make sure everybody's good. So, okay, welcome to the Toy Rewind Podcast. Just a little podcast for the three of us like to get together and talk about toys from our childhood, not this week, and just give you a little lesson about how these might have ended up in your houses, not in ours. This week, we are rewinding back to 1991 to learn about some of the oh, sorry, I didn't edit this completely. Talking about some toys released by Gloob. And yes, that's right. We are talking none other than the Trash Bag Bunch. And for us to talk about this, because the three of us didn't have any, we had to bring in an expert. Aaron from Front Row Negative is on this side of me. Sorry. Introduce yourself, buddy.
What's up? I guess now the tables have turned.
Yes.
I had all of y'all separately, and now y'all got me together.
I have to say, I thought your intro was just going to be, what's up?
No.
And then you were just going to let it go from there. So
I question everything. I feel kind of outnumbered here.
All three of us were on Front Row Negative with you over the last few months. I will tell you, Aaron, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't get us in the right order. It kind of throws me off, and it's all good. It's all good. Great episodes, but it throws me off sometimes.
They did save the best for last. So
nobody promoted their age, or else I would have got you in numerical order. So,
Michael's the oldest. He's like 70. John's 50, and I'm like 38. It's all good. So it's all good.
It's a good spread. It's a good age spread out there.
Oh yeah, it gets us covering all the toys from the 20s through the 90s.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all good. We all enjoyed being on Front Row Negative with you. Had a lot of fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna do some plugging with that later, so we can make sure everybody knows where they can find you and where to find it, especially those 3 episodes. But all your episodes, at least all the ones that I've listened to, I didn't go all the way back, but all the ones I've listened to have been great. You and Chris are doing a great job over there, just talking about stuff, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to listen to. So, John, before we get into things, you want to do your thing?
Yeah, I'll do my thing. And one thing I kind of lacked when he asked me to plug ourselves into his podcast, I kind of spaced all of our stuff.
Yeah, don't think I didn't notice that.
Yeah, you did.
I asked.
You did, and I plugged myself, and then that was it. And I was like, "Oh man, I didn't do all that."
For somebody who plugs our podcast weekly, you did a horrible job at that, John.
Yeah, I was expecting all that extra stuff, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, I should have pulled up the notes, and been like, "Oh, da-da-da-da-da."
Yeah,
but yeah. All right, so you can check our websites over at toyrewindpodcast.com or at crossthestreamsmedia.com. You can leave us a voicemail on Cross the Streams Media as well if you'd like to, and chit-chat with us that way. You can email us at toyrewindpodcast@gmail.com. You can look us up on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. It's all Toy Rewind Pod. Facebook and YouTube is Toy Rewind Podcast. Please make sure you put podcast right now. I know we talked about this last time. Andrew, did you find anything out on that?
We haven't found anything out. There's been no contact from Toy Rewind. They just don't want to talk to us.
All right,
probably
so
because
we
we
just need to flood everything with our stuff, so that way it just overrides theirs.
Oh,
and then-
if they listen to this, they will know now that I am actively watching the domain, and when they accidentally let it expire, it will be mine.
Heard. There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
just
gonna
take
get
it
it all.
over.
Toy Rewind Pod. There we go. We do stream some of our toy box showcases when we have time to do them over on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And then, as always, if you want to play along and have a little fun, you can play a little podcast bingo over at podcastbingo.com/toy rewind that Andrew set up for us and everything, and just kind of have a little game as you're sitting and listening to a podcast. If you're sitting and listening, most of us probably are working when we're listening, so it's kind of hard to do that.
Yes.
I have to actually sit and listen. I can't do it while I work. So
You can't multitask. I mean, it's toys.
yeah.
He's got to talk to customers.
Sorry,
I would if it wasn't the customer, if I wasn't dealing with customer service aspect of it. So yeah,
I listen to him before we open the store. After we open the store, I can't listen anymore. And then half the time I'm on the phone and dealing with other people, so it's hard.
Okay, it's understandable.
Okay. I don't know if you guys heard me. I lost my audio there for a second.
Well, you're coming in good.
Am I back? Okay.
we can hear you.
Okay, good.
Unfortunately,
So before again, and I have this actually on our notes, and I just skipped over. It's our question. We have a guest. Aaron, you're from Houston.
Yes, I am.
You're from the motherland, which we like to call Texas, and you know about Whataburger.
Yes, I do.
So therefore, you get to answer our question as to what is your go-to Whataburger meal. And if you say nothing, I'm just going to disconnect you.
Oh no! It's the number 13 with gravy and extra toast, and spicy ketchup.
there you go.
A number 13. So you're getting the chicken strips.
That's right. With
Yeah.
gravy.
So
extra toast.
that's how, just by saying the numbers, that's how you know if it's a real true Whataburger fan, just by saying the
That's
number.
all you say.
And so you know, like,
Yep.
because mine's a number 5 mustard all the way with Coke, and you know,
Okay. Hey, it's
So
all
do you
good.
know how to tell the difference between how spicy some of the spicy ketchup packs are?
I can. What I do at work is like Friday is my kind of like my cheat day where I get to go out and have whatever I want. I usually choose Whataburger, and I've got like a excess drawer full of like spicy ketchup batches that if I get extra, I just store them away.
Right.
And I have to go through them. But unfortunately, like the syrup separates from the rest of the ketchup. You have to mix it up with the French fry to get it, good again. And that's just what you have to do. And then the spicy batch number 2, which just came out, tastes more so like they just threw Tabasco sauce into ketchup.
Oh wow.
It's good, but it's not as good as the OG.
Yeah, the packets actually have numbers on them too.
Oh, they
Little
do?
numbers, and it tells you the level of spiciness.
I'm not gonna lie. I try not to read when I'm eating.
I came across that somewhere, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually interesting." So I've been trying it out, and
I
so
did not
far
know
it's
that.
been noted that it works.
I did
the number
not
the
know that
spicier.
at all. I did not know
So
that.
what number is the spiciest?
I don't know what the highest number is yet, and I've seen like 1 through 4.
So the highest, like 4 would be spicier than
Yeah.
1. Okay.
We're gonna have to have an episode of Wild Ones, or no, Hot Ones. I'm sorry, Hot Ones on there
Hot
with
Ones.
that Sean guy, with the Scorevilles and stuff.
Thank you.
Oh.
There, Andrew.
I'm
Andrew
still
left
here.
for a
Sorry,
second.
I was doing a little switching for some things. We have some recordings that I got to play, so I had to jump to a different browser. And so while you guys were talking about that, I was listening. I promise. Talking about all the spiciness, but I'm glad you guys were able to cover that for me. All right. Well, we are not here to talk about Whataburger. Sadly, not here to talk about hockey either.
Man.
We're here to talk about what everybody really wants to hear us talk about, and that's toys. You know how I know that? Because Dwayne tells me. He says, nobody's there to hear you talk about that. They want to hear you talk about toys. And so, fine. Dwayne, this is for you. Michael, are you ready?
Wayne likes listening to me. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does. That's Dwayne for you. So, Michael, you ready?
I guess so. Let's go. Let's
All
go
right.
for it.
Let's
Probably
rewind.
similar in age. That's why he likes you.
Yeah. We're about the same age.
I think
Yeah.
Michael has more hair, though. Sorry.
Possibly
Dwayne.
too.
All
Hey,
right.
Dwayne's a good guy. I love him on Bob's Burgers. I watch the show all the time. He is great. So
Dwayne, don't cancel us. All right, let's rewind and get into it.
Yep.
All right, so it's been a while since we've actually had a toy line that had much of a backstory, and so I can get into a little bit more detail in the back of this to lead up to the toy line. It's kind of interesting how the idea came around to call it the Trash Bag Bunch. So in 19, let's see where we're at. So there's a toy designer slash collector. His name is Mel Bernkrant. He is mostly known for his extensive collection of Mickey Mouse and other toys of pre-World War II comic characters, and his creation of let's see, a couple of toy lines he came up with was the Outer Space Men, which is something we may have to look at and put on our list, and a Baby Face, which was a doll line. So he also designed toys for Color Forms for the Color Forms company from 1964 to 1986. So if we remember the Color Forms, the little plastic things that stick, with all the characters and stuff on the little background. So that's he came up with a lot of those. So 1991, while Gloob's Babyface, which was created by Mel, was just beginning, and then they had an item in the line called Magic Diaper Babies. I'm trying to read my notes here.
I don't want to know
You're
about
right.
Michael. All of my
What?
kids are old. I don't need to know about diaper babies or diapers. Okay, so
Well,
let's
this leads up to what we're doing. So
all right.
this line, part of the Babyface line, was called Magic Diaper Babies. These were sold by Gloob's international division and were flying off shelves in Europe. So it was a big deal over there in Europe. So each Magic Diaper Baby, when dipped in water, would reveal its gender by means of a diaper changing colors, either pink or blue. So
So is that like the gender reveal party of like the 80s and
of the
90s?
80s, the late 80s.
probably, yeah, that probably had
I
something
thought he
to
was
do
going
with
to say
that,
the
yeah.
diaper dissolved and revealed the gender. I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh.
No,
Now
well,
we're canceled.
being over
Yeah.
in Europe, you never know. So,
Right?
but these figures were packaged individually in sealed bags, so the buyer couldn't see what they were getting. So that's where the blind bag type thing came from. So these sales came just in time for Mel because he had spent the last couple of years literally in the dumps, thanks to the state of New York. So a few years earlier, in 1988, the state decided that the land sitting across the street from where Mel lived, stretching out over to the Hudson River, was a great place to put a landfill. So over the next couple of years, Mel and his community fought the state over this issue, and they eventually won. So they eventually got it and they cleared it back off. So, but in the meantime, the garbage would attract a host of creepy crawlies, is what he would call it. And he said maybe even some monsters, just things would show up around his house that weren't there before the trash was there. So, but based on the success of the Magic Diaper Baby, Mel and his partner asked themselves, how can we flip this idea for the boys market? Similar like we talked about Polly Pocket and Mighty Max. How could we make Polly Pocket into a boys line? We came up with Mighty Max. So Mel got the inspiration from the trash he had just battled against, which was across the street. He said, it was trash. Hey, let's do a trash line.
Hey, Michael,
So-
did you write that, or was that something else somebody wrote, that he battled the trash?
He battled the trash.
I wrote that. That was
That come out of you. That come out of you.
That was
Okay.
me. Yeah,
You know,
that was me.
I don't doubt it. I just
He felt-
question.
Well, I look to put a background on what I do on these notes is I look at and I try to reword things a little bit differently, so I don't exactly copy what.
I mean, but that one's so good. Like, if you would have read it, I would have probably just been like taking it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came up with that. That's pretty good.
I mean, I could just imagine this guy like going Casey Jones style across the street to fight trash monsters and stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's got him. I found a picture of him sending in a letter to the state, a petition with 250 names from his community, and he's wearing a gas mask. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
what he's standing in front of the post office with his letter, fixing to drop it in the mailbox, and he's wearing a gas mask. So
What kind of gas mask? Because I mean, we've talked about this previously. Would this gas mask get him through COVID, or would it get him out of Joker's laughing
this would
gas?
this would look like one that would get you through a nuclear winter type thing. It's
Okay,
it's
so
full,
this is
full on Joker mask type gas mask. Yeah.
and for Ed, specifically for Ed, this is from Doctor Who. This is one of the missing children. We can go on. We're good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Mel came up with the idea of the garbage bag gang, is what he called them. So he presented this idea to Galoob because Galoob was doing his baby doll line. And the idea was tiny garbage bags with biodegradable inner garbage bags that would dissolve in water and would release a dump, is what they called it. It was a disgusting, ugly mutant pest. So he just said, so dump for short.
Yeah, just call it ponchos.
Ponchos.
gosh.
There you go.
Just call them ponchos.
Come on. Chris isn't even here. He
Not
can't
yet.
even defend himself.
Oh, poor Chris. Oh, he loves him some ponchos, though. I know that.
Yes.
So he also said these might even be scented stinky smells, and the radioactive figures would actually glow in the dark, which would be a pretty cool idea.
Right.
I think those were good ideas. So
That'd be pretty cool.
and then Galoob at the time already had a finished concept in the house that they called Robots, Aliens, and Monsters. But they couldn't figure out how to sell this product. So Mel came up with an idea, but didn't have figures. And Galoob had figures, but no idea on how to sell their figures. So it was kind of a match made in heaven or landfill, however you want to put it. So at this point, Galoob took over, and then Mel went on his way with other things. He said he kind of bowed out after he presented this stuff, and I'm sure they gave him whatever he needed for the idea, and then he went on to do other toys and stuff for other things. So Galoob's legal team came in and pointed out that the garbage bag gang that they had it named at sounded too much like Garbage Bag Kids that actually satirized Cabbage Patch.
Yeah,
No, these were garbage. They're called Garbage Bag Kids, and they made fun of Cabbage Patch Kids. So
It's a Garbage Pail Kids.
no, it's a different thing there.
Oh.
So and then he had and this design had a complex legal complications to go with it and everything because Cabbage Patch Kids wasn't happy with it. So Galoob changed the name to Trash Bag Bunch. So that's where we get the name from.
I like the
so
Trash Bag
next,
Bunch.
Yeah, sounds good.
yeah, it sounds better. So next, Galoob replaced the real garbage bags with one that actually dissolved in water, eliminated the inner because he had a dissolvable bag inside of a real trash bag. So they just decided, hey, let's just get rid of the real one and just go with the dissolvable one. So,
Okay.
and then they added a little Alka-Seltzer type tablet that fizzed when you put it in water. So it fizzed dramatically when dropped in the water. And then they added really cool card art by an artist named Daryl Cagle. So I don't know if I know we've got some artists and stuff that listen, so they may know who this guy is. But looking at the packaging and stuff, it's really cool packaging art.
Yeah, the card art's really, really cool. And that's I think one of the biggest deals I think with some of the collectors now on these is the card art.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have audio for this, but we're going to talk about this because this is just this video. I was just watching this. This is disgusting looking. Like, so the Alka-Seltzer tablet just falls through. The figure falls down. Too bad the figure falls down in this video too fast. Yeah. Hopefully you're watching this on YouTube. If not, you can go Google it. Falls a little too fast and the stuff doesn't mix in. But the idea that it falls, it mixes up. It's got this nasty thing, and then you have to reach down in there to get the the figure out. That's just gross.
Yeah.
It just
But on
looks gross.
some of the videos that I watched, the bag, it's more of a gloop,
Yeah.
I guess. Then
Yeah.
it doesn't just fully dissolve. There's this
If
slimy
if-
stuff. that
But I will
if you
tell
watch
you,
if you
I-
watch the video from Pixel Dan, he has a
Uh-huh.
more of a shallower bowl, and the bag makes it look more
It-
gross looking, and you don't see the little tablet that fizzes because it's still shallow,
Yeah.
so you don't see it fall to the bottom
You
like
don't
that
see it
one
fall
did in the
like that
glass.
one.
But yeah,
yeah.
it makes a bigger ookier mess when
as
The 2 other
gross.
videos I watched were the same way. It creates this nastiness, and it's like
It's part of the gimmick. It's part of the
As
gimmick.
gross
That's
as
the
that
fun part of
is,
it.
yeah, but it's
I
cool.
wish we had some because I would have thrown it on you, John.
Probably.
I'd have been like, "Hey," or I'd have convinced you to try to drink it or something.
No,
I-
I was
I'm-
the older one. Remember, you would have been drinking it.
I could have gotten you to drink it.
I'm pretty sure mothers hated this thing because so many sinks were ruined when this thing just ringed it.
Yeah, I was
with
about to say
the
this.
slime.
Yeah.
So this line it was released in 1991 by Glue. So it was probably since they came up with the idea it was the early 91s, so it came out in late 91. the trash bag bunch, it was an environmental themed minifigure toy line that consisted of 36 figures for Series 1, and then they had a 48 figure Series 2 in 1993, but 24 of those were actually just recolors from the first series, and then they had 24 new figures for the second for that series as well.
I was going to ask you if there was a recolor because some of these I saw in different colors, and I was wondering if they were customs or
No,
the second series had 24 recolors from the first series. So also to note, the Series 2 was only released in the international market. It wasn't here in the North American market. So we didn't see Release 2 at all here.
we didn't see one either. So, or we didn't.
Well, y'all didn't.
We
see it.
didn't, but
Nope.
but a lot of other people did. Including Aaron there.
Yep.
These are also one of the first lines that came in blind bags. Nowadays you see tons of lines that have blind bags or blind boxes, and we've done some toy box showcases with the little Transformer figures I got here. They came with the Hershey Kisses.
We did the 80 bags.
Yeah,
I
the
think
Hot
this was-
Wheels with these they were blind boxes. So
I think this was the first one that they did the whole line
yeah.
blind.
I mean the toy type thing that you don't know what you're getting, kind of goes all the way back to like 1912 with Cracker Jack. You got a toy,
Right.
You don't know what you're getting. Although now you kind of do because it's the same piece of paper every time now. But
You
back
some
then they
tattoos.
actually put they actually put real toys and stuff in them back then.
Yeah.
I mean they were small but miniature things. But anyway, but actually for a full line of toys being blind, like a blind bag thing, then
Mhm.
it was one of the first ones like that. So
Yes.
so the story for this line was that these were gladiators of the garbage dump and waged a constant battle of clean versus crud on their home planet of Garbaggio. So wrapped in alien trash bags, they were tossed off the planet by Professor Garboff. Now these good and evil trash creatures have washed up on Earth where the battle continues. So you have good guys and bad guys. So you have the Disposers. These were the defenders of dirt and grime. They fight for a cleaner, pollution-free world, while the Trashors, which were the bad guys, were evil dump dwellers. They wage war on our land, water, and air with their acts of toxic terrorism. So now the Series 1, you had 18 Disposers and 18 Trashors. These names kind of sound similar to when we talked about Star Yours, the groups there. Just kind of reminded me of those names. So
We've got, I don't know how many of these are on here.
Any of them marked new or the second?
Yeah, you're looking at series 2.
Yeah, series 2 right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find series 1.
Okay. So the figures are highly detailed and colorful. So if you look at them, they got a lot of color on them. They pop. They're bright colors. Some they got black on them, but they got brighter colors that just pop when you look at them. They're really cool. So a lot of the figures the minifigures that came out before these, like Monster in My Pocket and Muscle, all those were monochromatic. They were all one color. That was it. So also a cool bonus out of these is one out of every 24 packs included 2 figures in the bag instead of just one. So it's kind of like an early chase version, So
that's true.
Not only are they blind bag, but every 24, one out of the 24 you get, and I think they came in boxes of 48, I think, or something like that, or maybe it was 24, but you get 1 or 2 per case. Was pretty cool. Per box. So one other thing is, before we get into the figures, looking at them individually or like that, they did have a play set. It was the Grip and Dip Bagger. This play set consisted of a crane and then 2 vats that, along with 20 fresh trash bags and power pellets, is what they called them. So you can rebag your figures. So you have 2 vats. You got one where you put your new trash bag in, and you pick up your figure with the crane and drop it in there, and then you seal the bag up. Then you pick the bag up with the crane, put it in the other vat full of water, and it dissolves your bag.
That's just so you can annoy Mom even more with
just make more of a mess.
Junk. Yeah.
I mean, Mom thought 1 bag was enough, and then you go get this, you got 20 more bags to play with. So
John would have stolen all the bags and just made he wouldn't have used them. He just would have thrown them in water. Yeah.
Well, get your doubles.
The tabs are the key to it, to make them fizz.
Yeah. You got the bag that dissolves, but the fizz makes it even.
Michael's Hot Wheels would have ended up in the bags.
No. But you don't need that. You just take a tab, you put it in a bag, you throw the bag in the water.
Yeah. I know, but
you got to have something pop out.
John wouldn't have cared back then.
If you're talking about Hot Wheels, you put those color racers in there and it changed color while they're fizzing.
Like 3 or 4 times maybe.
They change color and yeah. So.
Yeah.
The trash bag cars.
Yeah, trash bag cars.
I really like these guys.
They're
cool.
There's a specific one I want. It's in the second line. So
it's in the second line or
in the second line.
All right.
But it's not for me, it's for somebody else. Are you pulling it? What do you have here, John? Let's talk.
This is the first line of the Disposers.
Let's just talk about the first one, the Trash Blaster there.
Yeah, so he kind of looks like he's got like a crab head looking robotic crab head.
The colors in these are pretty good.
Yeah.
They really do remind me of the Battle Beasts.
Yeah, they do look similar to Battle Beasts, yeah.
Like they're small and they got the good details, like the colors. It's not just like one color. It's not like Muscle. It's got the good details, and they're actually painting these. Looks really cool. All right.
And another thing, with that small of a figure and those colors, you would think the colors would bleed on to, and you may see this a little bit here and there, but they are just the colors are pretty sharp, and they don't bleed on to other colors, and they don't look messy. They look pretty sharp on most of them.
They look really good with them.
Yeah.
Aaron, how many of these did you have?
I had about 10 of them, and I know 10 is the exact number, is because at local KB toy stores they had these 3 for $5, and I spent $15 on 9 of them, and I got 1 for Christmas. So that's how I know how many I had.
There you go.
Do you remember which figures you actually had?
That's another one I was going to ask.
I actually do. I do remember the ones I had. I did have one double because luck of the draw, I guess. I did have one double, but I was never the one I wanted the most because at the time I was like maybe 10 or 11 years old when these came out. I wanted Muckoid, and I never got him, but I always wanted him because it looks like he's flicking people off. The way he's flicking in the air. Like he's like Slimer, but he's like flicking people off. But it's just his claws that he has, the way the claws are made. But I never got him. I was never able to get and find him or grab him.
So
Surprise, surprise. It's something that we've actually never done before. The cover for this episode will be that. It's Muckoid like this. With the Trash Bag Bunch logo right above
Yeah.
it. Like, because I saw it, I was like, he looks like he's flipping people off. And I think that would be fun.
yeah,
Oh,
I
it
like
is.
Muckoid.
Yeah, Muckoid 316.
Okay, so in the second series, there's one, it's Disposal. His spots are the wrong color, but it looks like an evil trash Sully.
Find that picture. Oh, I see it
Right
now.
there.
I see
Yeah.
Yeah,
it.
so he's right
Yeah,
here. So he looks like an evil trash Sully, and I want one to send to Sully.
Send a trash Sully to Sully.
Yeah, I can be
Yeah,
like,
see,
here, check this out.
So he's a recolor because in the first series he is actually green in the first series.
Yeah, well, that's what it's got to be the second series one because
Yeah,
he's the
like,
right
yeah, he looked
color
like
here.
he looked like Cringer in the first series.
What about
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Phlegm Mantor? Like,
Or I guess his name was Garbeast in the first series.
Yeah,
Garbeast.
Garbeast.
Yeah.
Phlegm Manitor down here at the very bottom. It looks like Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the flat top.
So this is Trash Aquaman.
Yeah. And you could see where, Hasbro, like I said, had that line called Aliens, Monsters, and Aliens, Monsters, and Robots. Or Robots, Aliens, Monsters. And you can tell that these some of these are aliens, some of these are robotic looking critters. Sorry. And some of them are
Humanoid.
monsters. So yeah. So they they're a little bit mixed up with all three of them. So some of them, some of the like Filth Fang here, he looks like a cyborg type wolf man. So
The one right underneath Filth Fang there, Filth Fang, Mighty Lice. I love that name because all lice sucks. But this stuff,
he's got a recolor. I don't know why it says new, but the first series has one. His name is Lice Plant.
Yeah, Lice Plant.
So
here's Batoid or Batoid. I don't know. So that like, but wasted. Batoid. Another shout out to Ed. These guys are like the colors are amazing on these guys.
Yeah.
Renchantor.
So go back to Bactoid.
Yeah.
So he's black and red there. He's Sewer Bat in series 1.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's still holding the pipe and everything, and that's why he's beating people up. But he's red with yellow.
Yellow spots on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one's got red spots on his black.
I like the name Dump Crusher.
Mm-hmm.
Or how about the one at the top, the fish one, Filet o' Filth?
That is directly from McDonald's, sir. So
yeah,
please.
Yeah, it's just a fish with big old legs on him.
He got a Joker. He's got a Joker mouth and a Joker haircut. Oh, that is the Joker fish.
I mean, that is the Joker fish. Yeah,
Joker fish. Yeah.
Stinkoid. That's a pretty simple name. They were like, "Hey, we need one more name," and some guy goes, "All right, Stinktoid. There you go.
Stinktoid.
It's done." Yeah, these
Creep
guys,
Claw looks kind of interesting there too.
Creep Claw looks like a mix between a bat, like a vampire bat from the 80s, and Cthulhu. Without his tentacles.
Yeah.
So we're sitting here going over all these, but I think all the ones that y'all have navigated to, saying what the names are the Trashors, are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Which seem to be more interesting than
the
Disposers, because the Disposers are more of the humanoids.
The Trash Trooper.
Right.
Yeah.
Something else on this I noticed, the second release that was released over in international market, they weren't really separated by Trashors or Disposers. They're just all kind of lumped together.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, wild card. Series 2, it's all wild card.
I just
Yeah.
found this. So we've got trash eater.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that too fast. We're a PG podcast.
Yeah.
He looks really cool and looks like he belongs directly with the Ghostbusters.
He looks like a Slimer type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
pretty
right
good.
next to him is what everybody's going to do when they listen to this episode, and this is Barfo.
Barfo.
I
these
mean,
are
these are all cool.
amazing.
These are all cool.
Really wish I would have known about these like growing up.
Mhm.
So
I'm glad you pulled these out, Aaron, and we're like,
Yeah.
hey.
So my introduction was I got one as a stocking stuffer for Christmas, not for my mom because she thought these are garbage already. But my grandmother got me one as a Christmas gift, and getting one as a stocking stuffer, you take it, you rush to the bathroom to see which one you got. And back then, I wanted all the heroes because I wanted the good guys.
Mhm.
Growing up later, I'm like, man, I really wish I got more bad guys because those look cooler now.
Yeah.
I mean, Dragmaster, is he a good guy or a bad guy? 'Cause
Wait,
I
are
can't
you
quite tell.
in series 1 or series 2?
Series.
We're still
this
looking at
one.
series 2 right
Series
here.
2 here.
I wouldn't know
But-
because I never found series 2.
Dragmaster, if you're getting to this, Andrew, it looks like a Casey Jones type.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he kind of looked like a cheap Skeletor, but that could be just this picture.
Yeah.
But
Maybe the
yeah, I
paint
could see he's got the bat for like Casey Jones. I see where you're going with that too.
Yeah, he's got the white face, looks like his hockey mask. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where that's at. Plutant,
Yeah.
Bog Beat, like these are.
Well, Mongrel looks like one of the Resident Evil dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Like.
John, go back to series 1. Let's look at some of
Yeah.
those.
Let's look at some series
Michael
one.
Andrew had those up.
Oh, Andrew had those. Okay.
I've lost my sight on that.
Yeah. All right. Of course. So series 1 was 90. You said 91, late
91.
Series
late
2,
91, 92.
UK only.
Yeah,
in
it just said
92.
international market, but I imagine most of it was in the UK.
I mean, yeah,
European- and the European tech side. So
Yeah.
I guess besides in Houston, which is a trash town, so that's why these probably did pretty good down there.
Oh, that's Pasadena, not Houston. That's Pasadena.
Ooh.
Oh, Pasadena. Okay, so
Oh,
that's
Pasadena.
probably why these did so well down there, and we never heard about them.
Mm.
Probably so. But I do remember like these causing a fuss with parents during the whole parents hate everything gross that boys like.
Yeah.
These were kind of brought up along with was it the skateboard slap ups or slap ups as well.
Uh-huh.
So these were on the hit list for a lot of angry parents who had dirty bathrooms due to them dissolving the toys. So
Dissolving those bags to get the toys.
yeah,
I mean, why didn't we have any of these? I want to ask Mom. That's a new segment that we're going to do. Mom and Dad, why didn't we have these?
When they come up, that we never had them.
Yeah,
That-
we
that-
need to add that.
The figure clutch looks like the some of those alien insect things from what movie was that with Doogie Howser guy in it? I
oh,
can't
Starship
remember.
Troopers.
Yeah, Starship
Oh,
Troopers. Yeah,
I was like,
looks like a
I
starship.
forgot about that movie.
So did a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of I forgot. I
As-
couldn't think of the name of it. I just knew it was that.
As needed.
There's
out
your
of-
Aquaman guy again, Captain Collector.
Well, Captain
he-
Collector was the series 1.
I'm getting this Captain Collector here. I'm getting strong Mortal Kombat feels.
That one,
from,
that one kind of reminds me more of
He looks like Namor.
than-
Yeah, Namor.
Yeah.
Namor but if you take that Triton out of his hand, he looks like Johnny from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't think he's going to be doing any groin punches anytime soon.
You don't know that.
Now this guy right here, Whitewasher.
Uh-huh.
Not really sure.
That
Yeah.
name would not fly today. That name
I don't think that name would go over with anything today. I mean,
his name is now Clorox.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So like
Whitewasher. Yeah,
Professor
that's
Garboff.
Yeah, see, he's in the storyline, he's the one that bags all these guys up and sends them off to Earth. But how does he get on Earth in a bag too if he's the one that bagged everybody else?
he can't let everybody else have fun. He's got to join the fun too.
I guess so, yeah.
Directly next to Professor D-stain?
Stain.
Really?
Enemy of Hanes underwear everywhere.
Yep.
Wow. Biodegrader. That I like that one. I like that name. Biodegrader. Like, that's a great name.
Sanitizer.
Sanitizer.
I don't know.
You know.
I mean, he looks like he's ready to pick people off
Sanitizer
there.
looks like, to me, he looks like a Spider-Man villain from like 74. When they've run out of all the good stuff, and it's just like a one episode comic. Like they're just gonna
He looks like Pate Post Pete from Spider-Man.
yeah, that's, I mean, yeah, the bad guys are the cool ones.
Yeah.
Come on here. Look at these bad guys. I like Muckoid. That's
Yeah, Muckoid's probably the best one.
Yes.
The Muckoid and Lice Plant. I like those two.
where can we get these?
Now?
eBay and toy
Yeah,
conventions.
Definitely get on
probably.
eBay. But I came across something else, which is really weird because as old as these are. But another company has come back and reproduced some of these with an XL line.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, what?
So
Wait,
they're
what?
four times the size.
And 4 times the cost?
And well,
Yeah,
I mean,
4
you
times
can
the
see it
cost.
right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe
But like this one's the green Muckloid. His arms actually pivot. The eyeballs pivot and stuff like that.
See, I don't need all that. I
6
mean,
points of articulation on
Yeah.
him.
So here's the series 2 of them. So,
I mean, that's cool, but I don't need all that. I don't need all the pivoting. I just need the pull off figure.
the flicking people off.
Yeah. It's to have that figure bigger, you know.
That is cool though. I mean, getting that and then getting like a little mini black vest that just says Muckoid 316 on the back.
Yeah.
And putting a little beer in his hands. That's a display piece.
Yeah.
Here you go, John.
Lice
And
Plant.
there's Last Plant. These are done by a company called Last Resort Toys.
Yeah.
Is the name of this company.
Here's
That's
a
awesome,
good size difference between the two.
Oh,
of
There
them.
wow.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see it. Like these are pretty cool, and the best part is the detail on the large ones. You can see that detail on the small ones.
Yeah.
Like that is great. Like
That is
all the
insane.
little
That is insane.
wrinkles or whatever on Flipper Offer there. I forgot his name already.
Muckoid.
Muckoid, yeah.
Muckoid.
All the little wrinkles, like that is great.
I
Yeah.
want both. I want the small one and the big one.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I want. How many are they doing? Did it say how many they were doing?
They got those 2 now, and I think they're working on a few others that they're going to come out with. Or last I heard, I hadn't
you
seen what they got
can-
now.
There is a. I'm looking to see.
Yeah, because I got a
I
something
guess this is already done.
Kickstarter for it.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
January.
The
From
Kickstarter
this
is
is
done
January.
because I was going to say go to Kickstarter and support them and tell them we sent you. You won't get anything for it, but you know, hey, maybe if you tell them we sent you, they'll be like, "Who are they?"
And you can buy them in this color, or you can buy them just like just one color, and you can paint it yourself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that works too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool to
But see,
paint
I would-
yourself.
They also
Yeah.
have, well, they have a blank one here. They have a glow in the dark one. I think I'd want to do the glow in the dark one and then paint certain spots.
That would be so cool just to do.
Look at this one. This one is these have got to be some customs ones that they've painted, right? Because they've got
Oh,
more
yeah.
detail on these. It looks like there's more shadowing.
Yeah, it looks like they added like black wash to it. to
Yeah,
make
like
the shadows pop.
these just look amazing. I don't. Thanks. I'm not going to get into this. All right. I got too many other things.
I'm just saying, if you look in your background, if you get rid of that giant Batman, you can put
No.
a Muckoid up there.
Mm-mm.
You can even paint him like Batman. Nobody would know the difference.
He's got who would fit perfectly. Last Plant would fit perfectly where Voltron's sitting at right there.
Well, then what am I going to do with Voltron?
I don't know. I got a spot for it here.
Too many things here. These are so freaking awesome.
I'll have more room in September or after September. So.
Yeah. You should just kick your daughter out, John. Like to be like, I need my office. Just go in there and start moving her stuff and setting up shelves. And
Well, that would be Jackson's room that I would be doing that to because he's moving into her room.
Oh, that's even better. Because
So
then Jackson thinks you're kicking him out.
Hey, tough love. Tough
Yeah,
love.
yeah, that's, you got a tough love. So, yeah, these are freaking amazing. What do you remember about these? Get stories? I need some stories from you.
I mean,
Aaron. You're the only one here.
So I just remember getting these things, and my mom instantly hated it. Luckily, the first one I got for Christmas came from my grandmother.
Shout out to
That's
all
usually how
grandmothers out there.
that's how it happens. Yeah.
Shout out to
Grandma
all the
always gets it.
grandmas, except for our mother. Like, we're not shouting out. She is a grandma, but you don't get that
No,
shout out,
mother.
Mom. Okay. You
Is
can
that for her
ask-
not
Yeah.
buying you these?
Yeah, Mom, if you want that shout out, you can ask your grandkids to give you that shout out. That shout out does not come from us. But shout out to the grandmas. Yes. These things are amazing. Here, we need to rank these real quick. So, Aaron, you listen to it. You know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I don't have to explain it to you. Would these make it into your top 10?
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
I mean, obviously we
Definitely.
have weird lists because we do this every week, but these would definitely make it in your top 10 toys.
Oh, they
from your
definitely would.
childhood?
They definitely would. Basically, be in top 10. Probably, maybe around 5 or 6. Probably,
Okay.
and 5 or 6. Number one's always going to be in humanoids. I'm just going to throw it out there. Nothing's going to top that because those are just awesome.
Man, a couple of these actually you look at them that you get that similar kind of vibe with the XL versions of them, make them bigger.
Yeah.
They look like they would be like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely. I get that vibe out of them too. Like it's and we all know that you love the Inhumanoids.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think those. I don't remember where they ended up on our lists, but they didn't do as well. I think these are going to do a lot better for the three of us.
Well, I mean, if you got rid of some of the stuff on your list, you might have more room for it. Like, get like you're in that Batman background.
Well, but our list goes away at 32 anyways. So,
Okay.
all right, Michael, give
It
us
changes every 32.
where does this fall for you?
I'm gonna put this at number 3 on mine. I think it's just a cool. I like the detail of these, and they're so small. They're an inch. I don't think I mentioned this, but they're about an inch tall. So I'm gonna put them at number 3 on mine.
John, Inhumanoids was number 26 on my list for season 2.
See, this is why we keep these lists.
By the way, throw that out there. I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to put them above Mad Balls. I really like these. I really like the gooey yuckiness of the bag and everything, and the detail of them is awesome.
Yeah,
definitely would have loved some. Mom, if you want to get us some to make up for it.
Yeah. There's some XL ones you can find, Mom. They're like $100.
No, the XL ones didn't have the bag and stuff.
Yeah, I want the bag.
Yeah, you want the bag.
Well, I need 2. I need one to keep in the card art because I love the look at the card art and everything, and then I need a second one that I can take out.
We need to play with the bags. Like, we need to be able to use these. So also just want to let everybody point out that that is a bingo card or bingo thing that 2 of us match up on a rating. So play bingo. This is a number 6 for me. I think these are awesome, but not really. Honestly, the reason why it's that low for me is because the things that are on my list, except for GoBots, which I cannot seem to pull down.
You put them up there.
But they belong where they GoBots.
So wait a minute. I'm looking at your list right now. You've got troll dolls on your list.
Oh, but okay. But you have to remember, Aaron, this list, we rank every single one of the toys that we talk about. And this is our 3rd round of lists. So let's go look at round 1, and you see my number 1 of all toys is Lego.
Okay.
That's just how that works. So this is just this round of toys for the next
our next bracket.
Next bracket.
Yeah, we do 36 toy lines, and we put them all in a bracket and have everybody vote for them, and they kind of battle all the way down to number 1 in that bracket. And then once we get 4 different brackets done, we're going to compete
32.
Top 4,
oh yeah.
Top 4 or whatever. We'll figure something out, but we'll go back and revisit our other lists to compete against.
That's why we put it on the website, so anybody can go look and see where things ranked for different things. And we'll come out with. We don't have.
And then we start a new list after every 36
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are just from, I don't even know what episode number we started. Maybe we should write down the episode numbers that we started these on. So this is number 6 for me, is what I'm trying to say there. So yeah, I mean, I think these things are awesome. They just me not actually having any makes the Mad Balls and like Mighty Max just like it just puts those above that because I didn't have any. If I would have these,
I'm glad you put these above Star Yours, though. Yeah.
Oh, that gets no love.
Star Yours down here at the bottom. Down here at the bottom.
Very
for
last
Michael.
for me.
Very last for him. And before
it goes along with RoboForce, RoboForce, and Star Yours.
Before we forget, also we have our new segment. I need to get a jingle for this. Did Larry have it? Because this is a pretty awesome one.
Did Larry have it?
What do you guys think?
Yeah, we'll just let John sing it. That's fine.
We're gonna. I mean, we could do that, John, if you want to keep singing that, or we can record it later and see how it goes because that's pretty funny. You did a pretty good job of that.
I think you need to pull that one. I'm not going to do it again.
No, you're gonna have to do it again because there's no way I would able to. You were kind of quiet.
You got to do it off camera.
Yeah, just do it off camera. Send it to me. What do you guys think? Did Larry have it? Let's start with Aaron. Do you think Larry had some of these?
Seeing as how I'm the one out of the 4 people here who knew about this and did have them, I'm going to say no, he did not have it.
You don't think he had any? So Larry had everything though. Larry was an only child, and he still has many of the toys that he owned because his parents were nice and put them away for him.
We never gave our parents a chance to do that because we destroyed them before they had a chance to put them away for us.
So Michael, what do you think? What do you think? Did Larry have it?
I'm gonna go no on this one.
Go no, John?
I'm going to go yes.
You're going to go yes? I'll go yes with you, John. I don't know. I haven't listened to this yet, so I don't know. I'm going to go yes just because that way it's 50-50. We'll see.
2 no's and 2 yeses.
2 of us will win.
Yeah. So do you want to name off the ones I actually had?
From the STS guys, what's going on? The trash bag bunch. Nope. I did not have these. I do not remember these. I Googled it. Like, I had to Google it to even see what it was. They look really cool, but nah, I didn't have any.
Okay, all right. So he didn't have any. He didn't have any of these. He's gonna once he listens to this episode, he's gonna be like, "Wait, the disposable bag thing, or the dissolvable bag." That's gonna be the ones that he wants to figure out. So, Aaron, which ones of these did you have?
So
you said you had 10.
I had 10 of them. So I had Trash Blaster, I had Breezor, Sterilizer, I had 2 Grime Stoppers. Then I had for the bad guys, I had Wild Eye, Sewer Bot, Stink Buzzard, Scuzz Beast, and Infector.
Infectors look pretty cool.
And you have none of them now, right?
I do not. I have a younger brother, so a lot of stuff I had when I was a kid disappeared or hit pawn shops or eBay stores.
I have no idea how that feels.
Yeah.
No idea how that feels to have a younger brother and lose all your stuff to that younger brother. That didn't happen at our house.
And again, I don't either because I destroyed them before we played with them so much that it never made it to you. Or John destroyed it.
Played with them. If they did get to me, as we talked, Aaron, I like to take things apart.
Yeah.
Andrew, I don't think a lot got passed down to him.
No, a lot of my stuff was just new stuff.
I got the passed down stuff because Michael wouldn't wear out stuff as much as he could.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd get the stuff and wear it out completely. I'd get new stuff and just completely tear it up. And then Andrew...
I mean, also, that's your pure hatred for Legos because I had so many. By the way, Aaron, all those Legos that he gave away that were given to his children for Christmas came from me.
Probably. I was waiting for that to come up in this conversation.
Oh, probably. I mean, they got regifted as birthday gifts and stuff for someone else.
Probably back to my children, which is fine.
There's a good chance of that.
Maybe
not saying yes or no, but there's a good
maybe chance. John, that's why I gave them to your kids so they would eventually go back to mine.
Oh wow!
But that was let me get this. It wasn't just my idea on that.
No,
it was me and Megan together.
Oh,
did
you,
that.
oh, you're
He's
trying to
blaming
cover
somebody
yourself.
else.
You're trying to cover for yourself now.
No,
It
I'm
wasn't
saying that
just a
so she's
decision
not
that you
mad at
made.
me again for saying it was all my idea when it was half her idea, half my idea.
I'm starting a family feud here.
Exactly. These
But
are
I
these
never
are
had
really
to step
cool.
on a Lego in my own house. It's
Th-
nice.
These are really cool. I'm gonna go plant Legos at your house, John.
Oh, mine traps.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can step on them. They don't bother me at all.
Oh, wow.
Well,
He's going all Home Alone trap thing.
I'm gonna come do all that.
Which, by the way, I got some micro machines in this week.
Did you?
You're gonna have to show those off.
I
You need to
will.
do
I
a
just
video.
got them in. There's a jet right there too.
Cool.
The jets were amazing because they were like jets, but then had the whole car thing underneath it. So you,
Yeah, they're like
wheels.
four-wheel drive.
yeah, 4-wheel drive jets.
Four-wheel drive
Yeah.
jets.
All right, Aaron, we do
Okay.
appreciate you coming on. Where can we find you? Where can people find you? I mean, we know where to find you. We just send you a message on Facebook, but where can other people find you?
Well, first, per Dwayne's rule, Cross the Streams Media, and that's where everybody's at. That's where all of us are mostly at. I have to plug that because if not, Dwayne will probably send some hitmen out to take me out. Secondly,
He'll cancel all of us on that.
he'll get rid of everybody there. I mean,
Yeah,
I already know he's not going to like that Bob's Burger joke, even though he does sound like Archer as well. So, yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. We're on Front Row Negative, the podcast. You can probably find us on iTunes, on Stitcher, on any audio outlet that's part of the Podbean collective. We are on YouTube. We have a YouTube show, which is mostly predominantly me. I know Chris and his wife have done a few unboxings here and there, but it's 90% me. So it's me or me with my daughter doing unboxings or whatever. So we're doing that. So you could probably just YouTube search that. And then also we have merch. I take that back. Not we. I just released our latest Front Row Negative T-shirt that is out there. That is very Better Call Saul inspired on a
I saw
yellow
that one.
T-shirt.
That's all.
Yeah.
I like it.
So everybody likes it. I just went down. I was like, I'm gonna do Better Call Saul. I love that show. Why not have a shirt? That's different from what I've done in the past.
Mhm.
So I threw that out there. It's been getting a lot of attention too. So I'm glad that it has. So yeah, we are out there in the world of the internet, and you can just Google search us or look for some Podbean or YouTube.
The one place that I'm really sad that you guys are not, and I didn't realize this until I got ready to share the episode that I was on with you, and then you actually pointed it out in John's episode. You need to get on Twitter. Come on.
I do.
Not hard.
I do need to get it. I'm really on Twitter to begin with, and so
That's Michael's problem. Maybe you guys are just too old. Maybe you guys are just too
I
old
have
for Twitter.
one that
I can't figure
doesn't
it
mean
out.
I'm on there.
How do you mean you can't figure it out, Michael?
It's just
not
the whole-
easy to figure out.
Bunch of comments everywhere.
It's 280 characters of nothing.
of
Just
hate. There's a
people,
lot
yeah.
of hate on Twitter.
Lots of hate.
I mean, we're Front Row Negative, but that's a lot of negative on Twitter. I don't think I can handle that. That's overload.
You guys are like second row negative when it comes to Twitter. Okay,
Yeah,
That's
pretty
how it
much.
works.
I think we're the rafters.
Yeah,
Correct.
probably. Well, yeah. So be sure to check out Front Row Negative. Like I said, all three of us were on separately, which is
Yes.
probably a good thing that you had us on separately because the STS guys had us all on together, and that was just a crazy episode.
I can only imagine that.
I think were we on Geek Together? Geek
No.
Together. Were we on Geek Together? Maybe I went.
Who knows?
I'm gonna have to talk to my boss. I don't even think they're doing Geek Together anymore, but
I think we did. We did an episode with Geek Together.
Did we do an episode? I don't remember. It's been so long. Well, like you mentioned, you can find us along with Front Row Negative over on Cross the Streams with a couple other ones like the Dorksmen, the STS guys. Shout out to Larry for doing our Did Larry Have It and being a good sport about that. Secondary Heroes, 3 Beers and a Mic, The Movie Gap, the Dan Aykroyd podcast, the Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson podcast, The Art of the Boar, and Beering Ain't Easy. By the way, the fact that you already plugged Front Row Negative threw me off for a second because your name is there. And I was like, oh, no, skip that one. Be sure you go to crossthestreamsmedia.com. You can go in and get all of the social medias that we do, find our merch, find our other website, which is toyrewindpodcast.com, which has all that on it also. Leave us voicemails like Larry does. If you want to hear yourself on our podcast, leave us a voicemail. Tell us a story about one of your toys. We don't care if we're talking about that toy. We will play it. We will have a whole segment of like visitors or listeners' toy stories. I just came up with another segment.
Tell us your toys you want to hear about. We'll play it, and then we'll put it on our list.
Yeah, tell us the toys you want us to hear about. We're doing 80 episodes, and we're still growing. So hopefully we're not going anywhere. You can also leave us a ratings and review. Please leave us a ratings and review, and leave Front Row Negative ratings and review, because that helps us. I got an update on Ireland, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
141.
wow.
141.
Good drop.
We fail hard.
Yeah.
We went from 13 to 141 ranking in Ireland for hobbies.
What was the episode that got us number 13?
I don't know. I have no clue.
It's probably the Beanie Babies.
No. I think it happened before Beanie Babies.
It was before Beanie Babies, but no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to look back and see if I can find where it was at. When we spiked. So yeah. Anything else we want to add about Trash Bag Bunch?
No.
Bunch of trashy bags.
I do have one question to John. I sent you a video earlier this week, or maybe last week, of the Danhausen guy. Did you watch it yet? The toy
I
hunt?
watched some of it. I did.
Okay.
I watched a little bit of it. It's still sitting right there on the deal. But
Funny,
I
not
got
funny?
tied up with work, so
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens. John gets tired for work.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he should. It's the grills. They keep him going all the time.
All about them grills. You got Paul Wall.
All right. Well, this has been episode 80. Can you guys believe we've done 80 of these?
Wow.
We've sat down and talked about 80 different toy lines.
A lot. Hey,
That's
I got.
crazy.
We may be on Dwayne's good side anyway, because I sent him something the other day. Anyway,
Oh yeah, you sent him was that a Superman car?
It's a Superman.
He sent me a message.
Supermobile thing,
He sent me a message and said, "Thanks for the car," and I was like, "Oh, you better thank Michael." Because so yeah, share the love. If you got toys and you don't want them, share the love. You can find a place for them for somebody else. Yeah, somebody wants them. Don't just throw them away. And on behalf of the Brothers Newland here at the Toy Rewind podcast, play on.
You've been listening to the Toy Rewind podcast. Follow and join in the conversations at toyrewindpodcast.com.